are back with our final DET Talk from participants today. My colleague at Sage, Mr. Thomas Casey. Welcome, Thomas.
Hi, I'm really grateful to be here today, and I want to make a special thank you to Sam Baker for the warm welcome and the glass of wine as soon as I got here yesterday. That was awesome. First time that's ever happened to me in the many dozen conferences I've been to, so thank you, Sam. Wanted to talk to you a little bit about building trust to maximize value, which was touched on a little earlier by my friend over here. And with that, I wanted you guys to think about us for just a second, your best friend. Basically, with your best friend, you can be comfortable, you can be confident, and completely be yourself. And the reason for that is because you can trust them with your feelings 100%, and it really matters. And another way I'd like to look at it is when it comes to trust, think about one of the things I love is live music. I imagine many of you do as well. And with live music, the great thing about it is that you have the opportunity to really get in a place of comfort and really enjoy the experience because they're sharing themselves in the moment. And I've got a couple of different experiences around it. My very first concert was the Cars back in 1981. And it was really the worst concert I've ever been to. I came out of there after 2 hours, Rick Ocasek and the Cars basically on stage going through the motions, giving me nothing. I thought, well, you know, I probably could have bought beer with that money that I spent. The exact opposite, I got invited to basically a Bruce Springsteen concert. And I thought he was okay, so I took the ticket. Plus, I'll take a free ticket just about anywhere. But with that, when I got there, through the first song, all of a sudden, all this energy is on stage. And he is being completely authentic with his band. And I literally felt the energy roll up through me. To this day, I'll never forget that experience. And if anybody has Bruce Springsteen tickets, I'll take them. But what I wanted to get at was with musicians, you know, they're the ones that do it best, even the jam bands like the old Grateful Dead or Fish or Dave Matthews Band, the town I'm from in Charlottesville, Virginia is where they started. With that, jam bands, they're not necessarily the most technically gifted, but they really give you a good time. And that's why they have such a cult-like following. With that being said, going through the head of your customer, what's going through the head of your customer when you first meet are really these two questions. Can I trust this person? And can I trust that this, is this person competent? I messed that slide up, forgive me. And a lot of times when we go into any kind of deal making, we're trying to show our competence. It's kind of in our nature when we meet someone to list our accomplishments and tell people why we should get the business, when oftentimes that trust factor is actually the first thing that people look at. The reason they do that is because we're genetically coded to look for trust first because it's about survival. If someone isn't trustworthy and they're competent, they're really dangerous to you. So if you can be trustworthy and competent, obviously you're in a really great place. How long does it take to build trust with someone? As long as they say so. So how do you build trust? You have to understand really the pictures in their head first and foremost. And that's why my friend here that went before me basically said, hey, you got to listen. And one of the things that when I run out of questions, when I still have to dig deeper and my brain isn't functioning properly, I talk about just tell me more. And you can use that when you get stuck or you're not sure where to go. But take a walk. You're going in the same direction as the other person. This really matters. And if you can't get them to take a walk with you, make sure that when you're talking to them, that it's in a place that they're comfortable. Comfort will really get them in a place where you can actually have that conversation. The emotional or situational temperature, this is really important because people on different days can be different or different hours depending on their situation. And recognize a specific strength, attribute, or action that you learned about this particular person. If you learned something amazing, it's about them, or if you get it in conversation, honor that. Seek thoughts and opinions. The toughest thing that in this day and age is without judgment. You know, I stay off social media now because judgment's terrible. Looking for common bonds, anything in particular, passions or hobbies. This is a big deal too, because ultimately a small gift to a client that is specific to them can really help you create that bond. And what you're really looking for is to learn about their needs, wants, priorities, dreams, and aspirations. This is really critical because this is going to help you start to expand the pie and really get the tone of what you're trying to present in a way that's personal to them. Never agree to disagree. This is a really big thing. If you're going to agree to disagree, you're going to basically say, hey, you're not part of my tribe. You know, it's better to seek understanding and to ask them to tell you more. Start with your goals. They're paramount. And what I would suggest is don't say anything that goes against your goals. A lot of people talk about win-win, win-lose. It's really not about that. It's about starting with your goals and keeping with them. Focus on the people, and that's where that listening comes in. If you think it's more about circumstance than people, you'll be right more than you'll be persuasive. And be situational. Always be in the moment when you're dealing with someone. This is basically how it can go. These are your 4 things. You can force people to do what you will them to do. This works really great in war. I'm not sure where else it works. Get people to think what you want them to think. That's pretty good, but you're really taking out the emotional element that's involved in most every negotiation. My father used to say, emotion and logic don't mix. It's absolutely true. Get people to perceive what you want them to perceive. You're starting to understand the pictures in their head. This is really good. I love that Ron this morning really touched on the feeling piece, because if you can get people to feel what you want them to feel, you've really got a great friendship that you're developing. It's a really big deal. What I wanted to do is just quickly, and I know I'm running over, and I apologize, Ron. I wanted to give you an idea of what this graph looks like. I'm an econ major, forgive me. But basically, trust factor and no deal and enemy, competent, friend. And with that, this is your chance to get more. And this is basically what your curve looks like. And it doesn't mean that you can't have a deal with an enemy, because it may make sense, but you're not going to get more out of an enemy. And your best friend, you may decide that you don't need to maximize on your friend. They may offer it to you, but you may not take it, but you have the availability to do it. Anyway, thank you for hearing me out here, and again, thank you so much. I love being here today.